G'day, Tristan from Warby and Barra. Welcome to something different here in the southwest. We're down from the East Kimberley for Christmas, and we are going on a camping trip down to the southwest, so that'll be different to our usual videos. We are planning on heading down to Broke Inlet, which is a lesser known spot just west of Walpole, and it's the only inlet in the southwest that hasn't been developed yet, so we're really looking forward to it. It's only a summertime accessible track, so during winter it's too wet, you can't get down there. We're going with our mates Matt and Cathie again. We'll have a look at their rig and their setup. You would have seen that in other videos. And at the moment, you'll see behind me here is the Karri Forrest. We're at my parents' property in Jarrahdale, which is also probably worth a few videos one day. There's lots of tracks and four-wheel drive and camping out this way as well, so we'll do that another time. But we're about to set off, and we're going to obviously try and film the highlights and put together a good film of our southwest camping trip, which we don't do a lot of these days, being up in the Kimberley. So see you on the road. And here's our trusty rig, ready for its first camping trip in a long time, because obviously up in the East Kimberley it's been too hot and humid for camping. So we're looking forward to a few nights under the stars. The old girl's ready to go. I've actually paid her off now, so that's good. So here we go. Fridge is full of Christmas leftovers. Esky is full of beer, which is the way it should be. The Baintech dual battery system's primed and ready to go. The gas stove is going to be pretty important on this trip because there's obviously a total fly ban in summer in the southwest. And the old rooftop's ready for its first opening in 3 months. So here's Matt's rig again, and the camper trailer, which you would have seen from the Harry's Hole shoot. So the trailer's all primed and prepped and ready for its first southwest adventure in a long time. Okay, so we're on the road. We're on the Southwest Highway. We're not far from Pemberton now. We stopped at Bridgetown for a pub lunch, which was awesome. And just now honing in towards the Warren River area. And in particular, we're hoping to get a spot along the Warren River, just off Wheatley Coast Road. So we're starting to come into big tree territory now. Where the forest transitions from Jarrah and Red Gum to Karri, and that should be coming up shortly. There's a lot of traffic on the roads at the moment. Obviously with coronavirus going on, everyone in WA has to holiday in WA, or most people in Western Australia are holidaying in Western Australia. So places like the southwest have become massively busy, and the traffic's been quite busy on the way down, but hopefully now it looks like it's starting to open up a bit as we head into the southern forest. And if you see the big tree trunks on the left there, the paler bark, that's the Karri tree. So we're starting to enter the Karri trees of the southern forest. So we'll see you again a bit closer to camp. Well, it's been a while since we drove on the gravel, which is like basically driving on marble. So it's the rounded gravel stone. And what makes it harder is the corrugations that form. So it's actually quite a challenging surface to drive on. The automatic stability control actually helps out a lot here. So that does actually stop wheels from spinning out too much. Most four-wheel drives come with that feature now. We're navigating our way through a series of tracks now to try and find a spot along the Warren River. We're also mindful it's going to be bloody busy down here, being the time of year that it is. So we may have a bit of a challenge to find a spot that isn't taken already, but that's part of the fun. Well, I've just caused the whole camping party some distress. I found a really narrow path that went down to a spot by the river, and it was alright for my car, but when we tried to get Matt's and his camper trailer down there, it was just really obvious that it was way too tight and way too risky. So we had to actually chainsaw a couple of small trees to be able to get Matt to reverse his trailer, and yeah, it was quite stressful. So I think everyone's just over it now and ready for a beer, and I'll probably be getting everyone's beers tonight because I've caused all the stress. From camp at the Warren River, and we're camped right next to the bridge on the side of the road after the campsite that I chose turned out to be somewhat unsuitable. Unsuitable meaning we couldn't get in and out of there without totaling our vehicles. So I've just cracked the first of my Christmas brews. What's this one called, Em?
Flensburger.
Sorry, say that again.
Flensburger.
Flensburger.
From the Flensburger Brewery.
Yep. And we're using these to treat everyone's post-traumatic stress from the campsite we tried to get to. Matt, how would you critique my campsite selection skills? You were impressed, aren't you?
One of a kind.
You were impressed, aren't you?
Yes, quite.
Yep. I think you did very well not to swear at me repeatedly. I was thinking, I was saying to him, I bet he's cursing me to hell at this point. Anyway, turned out to be not too bad a spot, and this will do nicely as a stopover. We're headed on to Broke Inlet / Banksia Camp tomorrow, wherever we end up, and we'll have a lot more time for travelling tomorrow because we'll be away early, and most of the travelling's done, so it's just the 4-wheel driving part tomorrow. So see you then. There you go, camp on the Warren River. Well, not very far from where we're camped. It's really not too bad for a last minute spot, is it? There's the sun. Just leave its mark on the top of the trees as it dies away over the horizon. Some rapids. Going back towards the bridge. Not too bad at all.
That's still going well then, the Horse Creek Ponds. Amazing.
And here we have Russell Coit fixing up his ute.
The world's most amateur repairs.
Look away if you care for your vehicle.
You reckon that'll get through? Yes.
This mechanics well into it.
It's not bad, is it? We should just kick back and have a beer. So we've broken camp on day 2, and we're heading along now Burma Road, due west towards Pemberton, where we're going to resupply, probably grab a coffee and a pie or something as well, if we're being honest, before we head on towards Broke Inlet / Banksia Camp. So again, you're sort of in that sort of transition forest where at the moment it's mostly jarrah and red gum, and then it changes from that into in and out of karri trees. So it's a pretty beautiful drive, to be honest, and most of it is along well-formed gravel roads. Emma and I were just saying that these gravel roads down south are a lot harder to drive on than the dirt roads up in the Kimberley, because these ones are basically are like pea gravel, compacted pea gravel, and when you try and brake or change direction, the car starts basically sliding and skidding along those pea. It's like driving on a bed of marbles. So it's quite challenging, and you've got to keep your wits about you if you're not used to driving on gravel surfaces. It's obviously something that you need to practice that and get used to. I'm going to get Emma to show us one other thing as well. This year we purchased a HEMA navigator. You can get all the software and the maps straight to your mobile phone, but we like this tablet because we can display it in the car and you can see as you're going. We used to use maps, hard maps, paper maps, and it was frustrating because you very difficult to look at the map and where you're going at the same time. This thing obviously sits on your dashboard, and we can see that we were camped in the middle of the state forest. We know that Pemberton is west of us because we can see on the map, and all we have to do is pick the maps from the HEMA maps. It's got all the 4-wheel drive tracks that are legally sanctioned on the maps, and we can actually track where we're going on the way into Pemberton. The HEMA navigator has been really good. It just makes navigating and getting around like the maze of tracks and 4-wheel drive tracks that can be really easy to get lost in. Just makes it that bit easier, and it takes a little bit of stress and hassle out of the drive, so you can enjoy the drive a bit more. We're now on the Broke Inlet track that goes out to the mouth of the Broke Inlet. We're not sure if we're going all that way yet. We're going to have a look at Banksia Camp, which is only 5 k's up this track, and if we like the look of it, we're going to stop there for the night, and if not, we'll keep going on towards Broke Inlet. You saw earlier we were driving on pea gravel as we were in the Pemberton Warren River area. That's changed now, so we're in the Doncha National Park, and we're in quite boggy sand. Matt has done the right thing. Matt and Cathie, they've let their tyres down, which is what you should do. We've been a bit lazy. We're not letting them down at the moment. We're sort of experimenting to see whether we can get to Banksia on full tyre pressure, and it might be that I'm eating my words and I'm letting our tyres down shortly, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, I'm living in hope of impressing Emma one day.
Show you later what the face looks like. It's not what my face looks like at all.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
So, jokes aside, we're just having a bit of banter there. We got to Banksia Camp, beautiful spot, but it's a very popular spot, and all the sites were taken. And for Matt and Cathie, they need quite a big space for their trailer. So we're heading on towards Broke Inlet. We're continuing along the track. We're not sure if we're going to go all the way to the Broke Inlet mouth, which is one of the great 4-wheel drive trips in Western Australia. We're going to drive until we find a decent enough spot along the inlet, and if the first one we comes to turns out to be a nice one and it's suitable, then we'll stop as soon as we find it. But worst case scenario, It's a 2-hour drive along this boggy, sandy track to the where the Broke Inlet mouth meets the ocean, and we know we'll find spots there in the dunes somewhere. So we'll play it by ear from here on.
But look at that. We've got a heck of a zucchini. Alright, we don't need any of those things.
Now, am I correct in assuming we're doing roast chicken?
We're doing, yes, sort of like barbecue chicken. Not a barbecue Coles chicken, but we're doing a chicken on the barbecue.
Yep, which Matt's just been heating up.
He's just heating that up in his pixie coat.
Pixie coat.
He's heating up the Weber. I've just discovered
Any temperature in particular, or
Flat out.
flat out on max?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, perhaps.
This one or the other folder?
Anyone. Yeah, thank you. I found the potatoes. I hope people aren't eating lots of potatoes. Alright, so the plan here is just to, cut them up, give them a little white, kind of conserve water, so we'll just do a little backyard clean-up
Yep.
and pop them on the Weber and then cook them first, then take them off and then do the chicken afterwards. So the chicken's the exciting bit. This is
Chopping vegetables.
the chopping vegetables bit.
This is all very exciting.
That.
Good selection.
And then get a big knife.
And an empty glass of wine, I'll note as well.
Yeah, what's happening there?
We need to attend to that.
This deceivingly sharp looking knife is actually going to be quite useless for most of what I need it for today. So I'm going to start by, I can't do pumpkin skin. Oh look, it's not even working. Alright, so I'm just going to do this with some oil in the bag. Make sure everything's covered. I'm going to put some pepper in. And
Oh, so this is like a shaking bag seasoning mix.
yeah, it just makes it easy to get every single piece of carrot and potato covered in it. And I'm going to chuck in this special ingredient, which is caster sugar, so I'm going to put that away. And I'm going to put in salt, which is a much better way to go. And I'm so glad that
You realise that?
it's this time of the afternoon.
I just would have taken your word for it that caster sugar was good.
Yes. So here
Okay,
we go.
don't use caster
Don't
sugar.
use caster sugar. If you find that you've used caster sugar, then just ply everyone with alcohol and chicken up is ready. And then call it a French recipe. There you go. A little bit more pepper. Anything else, you reckon?
Push plum.
Bush plum. Alright. Can you go and toss it around for some?
It's getting a bit dark.
Alright, and we'll put that in there, put that in there.
We've only got 2 hours or something like that.
Alright. We're done for now.
So the veggies have been roasting for about half an hour, is that right?
Half an hour, 45 minutes.
And they've just been turned, we've set the timer, it's all over it, and they look bloody good.
Give it another 10 minutes, I reckon, and then put the chook on.
Beautiful. The old Burma.
Basically, you know, we load your salad up, you get a little salad portion, you pick up the whole thing, you can put whatever else. I'll put the tomato on, obviously. But
You were saying the functional objective is mobility?
yeah, mobility, you know, function over form, but there's a bit of form here too, because by the time I finish, they're going to look very snappy, these little salads.
Yeah.
And so they're like, I call them barbecue salads, I think I'll stop with the tomatoes now, and then we'll put some capers on, and then
Capers.
yeah, capers, and then you can just, you know, choose how much coleslaw or potato salad.
Yeah.
A fistful of lettuce and a couple of cherry tomatoes, and some capers, obviously. Which not everyone likes capers. Is there anyone here that doesn't like or is allergic to capers?
No, we're
I
all
love
good.
capers.
So that's so good. I know this is the right dose, but here we go. I feel like I've missed something. Oh, I've got some cheese too. Sorry. Cheese. That's it. I could do this. I'll do this now. Is anyone allergic to mayonnaise?
No.
I love mayonnaise.
Hellman's.
The best.
We don't promote.
We don't, but we do know that there's only two brands that anyone here will eat. One is homemade and the other is Hellman's. Can you see how hard it is to control this?
I think you've done the sterling job.
Okay, I think we're done.
Perfect.
Veggies are done. Just getting the South American chook ready. The chook's from Southwest WA, but the spices are from
South America.
America, apparently. Yeah. Alright, now just fries.
Over to the Weber-Q.
Matt,
It's
do
been
I do
heating.
it skin down or skin up? Doesn't matter whether you put it skin down or skin up. Alright, that's a half chook. And we've got a quarter of a chook. This is part of South America,
Northridge.
Northridge. Alright, now this one's tied up, so do you reckon I can just whack that on? Just like a little string around it. And just like plonk it on. Like that. That one looks like it's rolled up. There you go. Let's see what happens now.
The lid goes down, yeah? 'cause
Lid
it's
goes
roasting.
down.
Yes.
You do that because my hand will do it.
So we've had a bit of a misadventure. One of the roast chooks ended up on the deck. Slipped off the hot plate. So we're going to rinse it off. So just
This hasn't. We haven't
any particular pace or
I just slow. We don't.
Oh, marinade.
Oh, it's fine. It's already been cooking for a long time. No. All right.
That's fine.
I reckon we're good.
yeah. I can't see any.
Ants.
I can't see any bull ants or Banksia nuts on that.
I'm
I think
taking,
we're under
Don't
control.
drop it.
It would just
Here
be
and there.
sand if you got the sand
Right.
off, damn it.
Here's the pressure job.
no dropping it between here and there.
Hang on, wait.
I have to keep
Get
my.
rid of that.
I have to keep my forks perfectly aligned. Is this like?
I'll get the layer of the oven there. How good's that? That's amazing.
Good.
All right, I still want to.
How did you manage to flick it off, Matt?
What were you trying to
cut
do?
this elastic band.
Okay, and when I said you need another pair of hands,
Can you see how it would have occurred?
Yes, I can.
It ricocheted off the knife.
Come,
It's
you,
elastic.
you lift it
I
up.
didn't need to see how it would
Hold
have
it down.
gone,
I'm
but
holding
how it did occur.
I'm like,
It must have slingshot.
that's that same knife.
All right, let's
that
just take it off. Let's just.
All right, hang
Let me
on.
just.
Let me.
Oh, okay.
The same knife that wouldn't cut even the skin off the pumpkin is that knife that refuses to do
There
it.
we go.
How
Look at
many
that.
of these are we dealing with?
6. It's done.
Oh, that was the last
There's
one.
nothing there. I've removed those 2. Okay.
That's looking good.
Now we want to unravel it. Oh, we've just about got this sorted.
Perfect.
Smells good. Stop laughing.
I just wish I'd seen it ricochet off into the dark.
There's some.
It's like serving time.
Some salt and pepper.
As good a roast meal as you'll come across.
Was that pumpkin, that one?
Look, there's some sweet potato and some pumpkin and carrot and
That's okay.
So, day 3. And as Matt's just said, there's black swans and pelicans as well on the Broke Inlet, which we're just driving past. So we're leaving camp set up near the fisherman's hut on Broke Inlet, and we're going for a bit of a drive, a bit of a day trip today, down towards the mouth of the Broke Inlet. And it's some pretty specky scenery down there. Em and I went down there a couple of years ago. So we'll, we've got some cold drinks and our fishing gear, and we'll see what we come across today. So at the moment, just on the fisherman's track, driving through the Banksia Forest.
Do you mind moving off the ridge for us, mate, so I can get up there somewhere?
Yep, let's go down to the bottom, I think.
Should be high or low? Let's go low. Alright, coming over.
welcome to the mouth of the Broke Inlet, the ocean side of the channel. And this place is very isolated, only accessible by 4 wheels by about 40 odd kilometres of off-road sandy track. The one exception to that rule are these guys. They just come in from nowhere and landed right on the bank, the mouth there. So I'm not sure what they're actually doing. They've literally just arrived. Anyway, spectacular part of Western Australia. That's looking back down the channel towards the inlet. We've had some epic four-wheel driving to get out here. We've been driving over massive sand dunes. We've seen some amazing scenery. And it's a really special place to